As you guys know, the MPC Live 3 is here, it's out, and I'm going to tell you guys 3 things that make this MPC great for me. The first thing, we have a USB-C port on the back. Now that may seem minimal to other people, but for me, it's a big deal. MPC Live 2 had the USB-A cable, and I had to use that, to transfer files, etc. However, with the USB-C cable, all my stuff pretty much runs off USB-C. MIDI keyboard, USB-C, camera, USB-C, phone, USB-C, iPad, USB-C, even my computer can run off USB-C. So I have those cables around that eliminated the need for keeping the extra cable with me anywhere that I went, or just having an extra cable over here that stood out because the other cable was blue. Outside of that, having a USB-C port on the back has unlocked some other features that I've thoroughly enjoyed since I've gotten this a few weeks ago. The first of which being, when I make my beats, I arrange them inside of the MPC, and then I track them out inside of Logic because that's my DAW of choice when it comes to mixing. I know I could mix on the MPC, and I may get to that point at one point in time, but for now, I'm thoroughly enjoying just having it plugged up. If I'm here, like right here in this space, like in the studio, I will sit here and have this plugged up just because why not have it plugged up? And when I make the beat, I just have it open in Logic, set the inputs and outputs on the MPC and also Logic, and then route everything through to Logic. Now, when it's doing that, it's playing the song live, it's tracking out, recording it, and each sound will have its own track, so I can go and mix it, make changes, add effects. And that's really what I'm listening to while I'm playing it live, recording it into Logic. I'm listening for things I could change, listening for, maybe I need to cut this instrument out at this point, or maybe this will make more sense for the arrangement, switching it to the verse and, doing things like that. And I'm listening to it and also listening to see if there's any mistakes. There have been times where maybe a sound was off somewhere, so I went back and fixed that. So for me, that's great because what I used to do when I had the MPC Live 2 was I would make the beats, arrange them, and then export them. Exporting it may take 5 minutes or more per track. And then I have to plug it up, go to computer mode, controller mode, and all of that. And then from there, I would just copy everything over, then mix it. So to me, that process took long, and I'd wait till I had like 5 or 7 beats before I got to mixing. But now, generally, if I'm making beats right here, I will automatically have it plugged up, just route it through the Logic, and then listen to everything there, mix it, send it out, whatever I'm gonna do with it right then and there. Changed the game for me personally. The other thing that having a USB-C port does is it enables me to sample from my phone or iPad. Previously, I would just be on TrackLib somewhere looking for samples. I have a vinyl collection. You could plug them up with the inputs right here, but it's just so much smoother with USB-C because, again, I have the cable. I have USB-C cables all over the house. So I'm always able to plug up wherever I am and just sit there. And if I find something I want to sample, I could sample a movie on Netflix, I could sample YouTube, I could sample TrackLib, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. I could find something, sample it real quick, and that's cool. Now again, you could have done that with the inputs on the MPC Live 2, but again, that's an extra cable that I usually wouldn't carry, that I have to carry. Also, I am able to use my VSTs from Logic inside of the MPC by routing the sounds. I've done it with Omnisphere. I've also done it with Analog Lab, and that is a cool feature because I still have some of my plugins that I just love using, like Analog Lab. I have so many different sounds, even contact libraries, just so much stuff that I enjoy having. And I had a hard time, trying to not use those and be using standalone all the time. So technically, I guess that wouldn't be standalone because I need my computer, the USB-C, but just the fact that I can put them in here, make a beat, and then apply those sounds here is great for me personally. Changes the game. Now, the added RAM and power of the overall Live 3 is definitely a game changer for me because I needed it. I'm not gonna lie. I understand that some of you guys may be solely sample-based producers and you only want to sample, it's a sampler, all that. I get it. I heard it. I heard all the different arguments. Even when I mentioned that I was buying it, I had someone tell me like,
oh man, this is a sample. You're supposed to make sample beats.
Okay, cool. Everybody make what they want to make at the end of the day. I'm somebody, I use samples. I also like to use plug-in instruments to build my sounds. Like I have fun doing that. That's a lot of fun to me. So when I was using the MPC Live 2, I was always running into, running out of power basically, like the RAM is maxed out or whatever it was, CPU maxed out. I was running into that regularly with maybe 4 plugins, depending on which ones they were. it would cause that to happen. So to me, that was always a drawback of trying to even go standalone, because I feel like something was missing from what I was trying to do. And then I would end up saying, forget it, and coming back over here and making my beats. Now I haven't ran into that issue because it's so much more powerful that you can keep on creating more and more and more. So that for me is a huge plus. Now with that comes faster load times, faster saving. The exports may be faster. I'm not 100% sure because I don't export as much anymore because I just track it out via USB-C, but the sounds and everything, it loads quicker. Before it'll be a second or two when I'm going through, I have to wait. But now as soon as I switch it, it's loaded, ready to go. Next we have the pads. I believe that the new MPCe pads are pretty much like future proof. It's taking you into the future. You're being able to do multiple things, expressions, etc. by each pad. I'm sure you guys already saw the videos on it. I don't have to sit here and explain, you know, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. I may show a video where I actually do it, but for my own personal use, I've only used it by having multiple sample chops in different sections of the pads. I could put one sample here with 4 chops, another sample here with another 4 chops, and then go through those and also have my drum, put this in the drum group that I have, and then play the drums, and then also have 2 separate samples with 4 different chops. That's cool to me. That's cool. Game changing, just because the flow of creativity, and for me making music, it should be fun. When I started it, it was all fun. This gets me back in that space of learning and just pushing buttons, having fun. And if you take away the samples out of that, you can use it on different instruments. Again, I haven't dived too deep into that. I will before I do a full review on this MPC, but I definitely want to take the time to learn a lot more. Outside of the samples, I've used it on my drums. So I'll have multiple drums in different sections of the pads. I will have, you know, my hi-hats. I may have it do a note repeat right here and then have it go up and do a roll. There's different things you could do to help create a vibe and just have fun while you're creating. And that's really what it's all about, for real, in my opinion. Now, a bonus reason that some people may agree with, may not agree with, because a lot of people was complaining about it when it first came out, but we'll see how it goes over as time goes along, is the additional buttons on here. Now, for me, the additional buttons help a lot. Again, I started MPC 6 months ago with the Live 2. In order for me to save something, like let's say I'm over here on, I don't know, I'm editing something, I would have to go hit main, go to save it. Now, I can just hit the save button, dialog pops up, it's good to go. Another button that I'm very, 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 very appreciative for is the erase and clear track button. Before, if I'm in the middle of arranging and want to take something out, I would have to stop playing the playback, hit the erase button for the menu to pop up, and then go through that to erase it. Now I can be playing something, but hit erase, but double click it so it goes to clear track. And then I could clear the track like that while it's playing. I don't have to stop what I'm doing, like pause the playback to take out my 808 or my piano. I could just let it keep going, double tap, take it out, bam, smooth. I could hear it, hear the difference while it's playing live. And another button on here is the sounds button that I use a lot, because I like to switch my sounds after I come up with a basic pattern. I might make a piano loop or something, not a piano loop, I might make a pad loop or a piano loop, start off with the piano. And if I want to change it before, you know, you have to go to main, then come over here to sounds, and then go through it there. Instead, now all I have to do is literally hit sounds and I'm there. If I want my favorites, just double tap it, quick and easy. And all of those buttons help with my creative process. And now there are features on this MPC that I did not talk about. And that does not mean that they're not good or I don't find them interesting. It's just not my top things that make it great. Everybody's mind is different. Everybody's workflow is different. The way you create is different from how I create. The way she creates is different than how he creates. Everybody has their own way of doing it. So I just want to share my 3 things. And it probably could apply to other people coming from Machine. As I always mention, the buttons help a lot for me personally, and that is because of Machine. So given my experience with Machine, somebody may see me and say, hey, he used Machine, let me see why he likes it so much. And that may help them. Like there's tons of other things I did not talk about. I didn't talk about the step sequencer, didn't talk about the touch strip, didn't talk about the microphone because I don't use them like that. The touch strip I do, but it's not in my top 3 as to what makes this great. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have one of these, what's some of your favorite features? If you're planning on getting one, What do you look forward to using? I appreciate you guys tuning in out there. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.